I'm dripping. Audio check.
Audio check.
Alright. What the hell is self-promotion? There. Oh my, okay, it's going to be very interesting qualifying then. We're going to have it, I think this is full wet conditions. Maybe not. Jack Doyle is going to retire from qualifying, as he does have that qualifying ban from the session. Hello Dave, yeah I'm alright mate, what about you? Put on all the right settings. Oh. No one out on track just yet. Good, good. Sorry, just give me 2 seconds, guys. Like they'll be racing at the Imola Grand Prix, about 4.9 kilometres of track to drive around and around 19 corners on this Grand Prix. Good overtaking opportunities into turn 1, down into turn 5, and down into also turn 14 and 15 at the chicane. Maybe we might see a couple moves today into turn 17, the penultimate corner. You can chuck it down the inside, maybe see some DRS battles down there as well. It'll be the first man who's going to start the lap will be the Ferrari JT. I can imagine him doing quite well today, at least getting a podium. I'm quite interested in this man here, Stoner, see what he can bring to this qualifying. He was very upset last race, see what he can do as a bit of revenge. Come over to JT then, he is going to be starting his lap. He's all over the place and he's on the grass. Probably not the best way to prepare your tyres before your race, or your qualifying, sorry. Look at that, that Ferrari is all over the place. He's drifting at the final corner. And who is that has behind him? That is Vincent, who starts his lap as well. I'm going to go on board with JT then here, coming into turn 1. Or turn 2 technically. Tamburello chicane, does that quite nicely, make sure not to touch some orange curbs or you will go off into the gravel. But he's put too much power down and he slid off the track. That is JT then, into the wall, and that's going to end that run for him. Just a bit too much power, the car just sliding off into that wall. Lucky. No damage I think on that Ferrari, which is good. Hayden also on his lap then. And he almost has a Hamilton going into that wall, coming out with turn 5. Not going to be a great run then coming up the hill into one of the fastest corners on the track. One of these corners where you've got to really look out for track limits on that white line. Do not go over that white line. There's a bit of lag here then, as Admiral Goblin leaves the session. So I believe I should be able to send him an invite back. Now, have I lagged out here? Oh. Why is so many people retired on track? What's happening here then? Hello? Are we getting a lobby restart or... Okay. Let me see if I can get any information, because many guys are retired, which is not really usual. I don't know what is happening. Red flag. Okay, so we have a red flag then for the qualifying session in Imola. It's not really a great start to the weekend. I'm not really too sure why we actually do have a red flag. Okay then, so it's going to be a lobby restart in round 2. I don't really know why we've actually restarted that session. Full work for the race and we expect chaos. Oh, right. That is fair enough. Okay then, we've got a lobby restart. Do you need an invite, lads, if that's possible? Right, we're going to have a break on the stream, but I will catch you back when we are away in qualifying. Okay, we are back underway then for the Imola Grand Prix. Sorry about that quick intermission. We had to restart the lobby, get everyone back in, make sure we didn't miss anyone out. So conditions have been turned back to dry. So don't we have that problem again? Looks like the Aston Martin's going to be first out on the track. Kayana, or Zort Kayana, I don't know if I know Zort. So the drivers peeled out the pit lane, most of the drivers out on track. The Red Bulls are going to stay in the pit lane for that, which I think is quite interesting. Not coming out just yet. And that's the same for both of the Red Bulls. Both of the Ferraris, one of the Ferraris out on track, sorry. One of the Alpha Tauris, that's that last McLaren comes out on track, all forcible. The first man to start our qualifying. On the track nice and quickly, get the temperatures into them tyres and go as fast as possible on your hot lap. Still, the Red Bulls are not choosing to come out the pit lane. That is quite interesting. I don't really know what they are doing. Obviously got something plans. So then everyone's going to queue up to start their first lap of the session. Most likely just bank laps for all 15 drivers. As one of them did DNF earlier on. There we go then, Zort's going to start his lap, 4.9 kilometres to drive around and absolutely perfect. Put your car on pole position. Going to come down into turn 1. Turn 2 technically, it's Hamburello. Done nicely, not too much curve, didn't get chucked off into the gravel. Good one down into turn 3 and 4. Make sure not to touch these curves. Levi goes a bit wide, straight on the power. And into one of the trickiest corners on the track, so you've got to keep it nice and narrow, but got to get on the throttle nice and early, does that quite well. Now this is one of the fastest corners on the track, make sure not to invalidate your lap time. Clips inside curve, goes a little bit wide, has to lift off a little bit, that's not as fast as you want it to be. Now the trickiest section of the track, does that quite nicely, neat and tidy, no invalidation of track limits, coming down into chicane. Make sure not to take too much curve, you'll get chucked out. Could have taken a little bit more curve there, but you're straight back on the power again. It's a nice clean lap. Nice, neat and tidy coming into the penultimate corner on a nice one down into the hill. You're going to focus on getting that good one out the last corner to bring you across the final. Oh, and he spun. He took too much curb, and that is Zork. Full front wing damage, and he's going to try peel into the pit lane then. He's bottled it. He touched that orange curb in the last corner. As I was saying, you don't want to touch that, or you will be chucked off into the gravel. The orange curb, so brutal on this game. He's going to peel back into the pit lane, and Charlie absolutely smashes Hayden's time by about 0.5 of a second, and that is a very good lap from Stone Island. Patterson putting in P4, just closely behind the Alfa Romeo. That's a yellow flag for Eddie Black, who did invalidate his lap time. See if he goes again. He does have the battery for it, but I don't know if he has the fuel. He should have the fuel. He's not flashing. He's going to go straight away then. Eddie Black going to try to set his lap this time and try not to invalidate. As he deploys that ARS on hot lap mode, coming down into turn 2. Hard on the brakes, misses the apex. That's not going to be a great one coming up the hill. It's going to be a little bit slower than what you'd want it to be. Coming into one of the fastest corners, especially those touch from a yellow dust again. There are so many on this track that you can touch. You're going to line up for nice and helping you get nice and tidy on that inside apex. Uses all the exit there. That was nice, neat and tidy, bringing it up the hill into the fastest corner on the track now. Make sure not to validate your time like he did last time. It didn't use full bit of the track, which is not really optimum for your lap time. That's okay. A little bit of a lift coming into that from the Ferrari. Good launch then up the hill, down into the chicane, drop it down into about third, second gear that you want it. A little bit hesitant to get on the throttle. You can kind of see that traction control kicking in. I don't think he went out of VRS, although he has started another lap. He should be okay coming down into the penultimate corner. Make sure the final corner not touch some yellow curves like Zork did. Gets it nice and tidy. Could have used a bit more of the exit there. Could have carried a little bit more speed. Going to carry it to the line. That's not the best lap of the weekend, I'm not going to lie. It's a 17.8. Forcible puts it on provisional pole position with a 15.2, 3/10 clear of JT. I did not expect that today. I did not expect to see McLaren on provisional pole, as these Red Bulls now, probably the scariest people you see in track, especially this man here, Bumble Goblin, who is leading the championship, I believe. I'm just going to bring up the standings for you guys right now. Yep, so the two Red Bulls do lead the way with the P1 and 2 in the first round of the championship. They're going to go together in formation down the straight. This is very good teamwork from the Red Bulls. He's going to give his teammate the toe, and I think he might duck out the way here then. Yes, he is. That is some great teamwork there by those two Red Bulls. He's going to set his teammate up quite nicely for maybe a provisional pole. Is that nicely the best I've seen all of today. Does that beautifully, the first two braking zones coming down to the strictest conference. That's probably going to carry a little bit more speed, and he goes off the track. It's going to be an invalidation after getting the toe down the straight for the championship leader teammate Sid Rooster. He's going to recharge that battery then. Wait, try to set up another lap. He's going to give it another go then on this set of tyres. In his third lap on these tyres, I doubt they're going to have much in them. See what he can do for the first two corners. Took quite a lot of curve there, did it quite nicely though. Gonna bring it all the way across to the other side of the track. He's 400 down on his personal best, that's not much. He could still find a bit of time here. He is deploying that battery. I don't know if that's enough though when it comes to the line. That is the only problem. I think he might run out. Oh my, oh! That's a big crash then between the Williams and the Ferrari, and I think the Ferraris might even get a penalty for that one. I think the Dave does receive damage on that front wing. JT had a big snap coming into there. Probably didn't have that they were used tyres. You almost let him pass as an apology. They're going to cause them both damage. They're both going to have to pit. That's really unfortunate for English Dave. That wasn't his fault at all. Quite unfortunate. Davies. He's on best tyres though, warming them tyres up. Sorry, he's not on lap. I think Bubble Goblin though. No, he's not on a lap, is he? He invalidated his lap. It's quite unfortunate for the Red Bull. I think this is the man who's definitely got the most chance, or the biggest chance, sorry, of winning today. He's got to put in the hard work and do that. Almost like real life in a way. Two Red Bulls absolutely dominating. We've only had one round, so anything could happen in this championship. Ferrari comes into the pit lane, and the Mercedes is going to start his lap then. We're going to go on a run through with Stano. Coming into the penultimate corner, make sure not to touch that inside curve too much in the last corner. Kept it nice, neat and tidy. Didn't carry optimum speed with that last corner, so he might be doing that on purpose, I don't know. Just almost brushes that inside wall coming down into turn 2, the first braking zone on this circuit. Comes camera red, makes sure to not touch the yellow curve too much, does that nicely, gets a good run out of them first two braking zones coming to the more complex corners on this track. Does it nicely, touches both of the curves, not the yellow curve though. Beautifully done, and that's the fastest first sector of anyone. He's looking on a very good lap here. Maybe even beat that provisional pole. We're going to come into one of the trickiest, fastest corners on this track. Make sure not to run at 2-1 and get a validation. Does it nicely. Coming into Ackerman Raleigh, flat out, down the hill. Got to stand fourth gear. A little bit of a slide on that Mercedes. I don't know if that's going to affect his lap too much. Run into chicane, make sure not to take too much curve. You will be in that wall, just like Charles Leclerc. I don't know if we get a good one out of that corner, coming down into the ultimate corner on this circuit, 4.9 kilometres. Should put down into that circuit, not ride that too much, and even this one, as it nice, he didn't touch that inside curve, going to bring it across the line, then nice one out the final corner, DRS wide open on that Mercedes, comes across the line, and it's only going to be P2, by about a tenth and a half. I think it might have been that slide that really did affect him. He was 3 tenths up coming into the second sector, but something must have gone wrong there with that Mercedes. Any black on his lap, he's a 10th up on his time, see if they can put this out on them. Did I say Stormy was P2 in the championship? Yes I did, sorry about that one. The Red Bulls are not dominating. Sid Rooster finished in P14 last Grand Prix, didn't score any points for the Red Bull team. I'm so sorry I got them two mixed up, they are brothers. Let's get a little bit confusing, who is who. That is my fault though. On his outlap, see if he can actually set a time. He still hasn't set a time yet, and I wonder if he can pick that for the pole. I'll definitely put some money on it. Charlie, second and a half down, probably on his in lap now. See if the Mercedes does pull into pit lane, he will do. He did get invalid in that for penultimate exit. That would give him an invalid lap anyway, even if he did start that the next lap. That wouldn't even have worked. McLaren will be coming on. He's in that now as well. Or is he actually? No, he's the 10th up. Okay, we're going to ride on board with the other McLarens. One in P1, one down in P6. See where he can put this one. He can get in close to the teammate. Nice and wide, almost invalidated, right on the limit. Comes to Ackerman and Riley, not really a lift, but down to third gear. Good exit out of there, up the hill, down into chicane. He's 4 tenths up. He's on for a very good lap here. Coming out of that chicane. Oh my god, he's put the power down too quickly. He's in a wall. He has bottled that one. He was on for quite a good lap there. He's going to have to quickly get to the pit lane, replace that front wing and get out again. For his last run of the session, that is quite unfortunate for the McLaren. Humble Goblin, the leader, is going to be on this lap then. Didn't use all the exit there, but it doesn't matter. Kept it nice and tidy. Flat round into Ackerman and Riley. Go down 4th gear so you can get a good exit out there. He does use all the curb on the outside. Very good from the Red Bull coming into chicane. It's a purple sector 2. Now, I don't know if that's real or not, because this game is a little bit buggy, but did that really nice, great exit out of the chicane. The best I've seen all day, all this qualifying session. I'm into penultimate corner, make sure not to ride that curve too much, but a bit nicely, all the exit. Last corner, not touch that inside curve, didn't. So get a good one then, down onto the line. Doesn't beat forcible. Now I think that Red Bull's going to have to rush to get back to the pits, put on a new set of tyres, see if he can beat that pole position time. That is really unexpected for me. I did not see forcible setting the fastest time of the session. That really has shocked me actually. Did not expect that at all. Team Popper, going to put into the pit lane then, see if he can chuck on a new set of tyres and set his last lap of the session. Patterson staying in the points for now. He's the man who might put into the pit lane. He's invalidated his lap time, so he won't be able to go. Probably going to save them tyres and that battery, charge it all the way back up again for his last lap. Qualifying. I think my here, no, he's not. This is going to be Stone Eyes' final lap of the session then. Let's see what this Mercedes can do. Can he beat that pole position time? I believe he could do if he didn't have that slide before. Q2 though coming into the braking zone of Tamburello. Not too much curb there. Great exit out of them two corners. Bringing it down into turn 4 and 5. Good on them curves. Not too much. Uses all the exit. Bringing it into turn 6. One of the trickiest corners on the track. He's 5/10 down though. So that Mercedes is going to charge up his battery into one more run. And tyres are going to be a little bit worn now though. So that's not really optimum tyres that you really want on that Mercedes. Still going to see what we can do though. We're on board with the Ferrari who is going to cross the line and start his final lap of the session. Bringing it down into turn 2. Tamburello. Okay. One of my personal favourite corners in this track. Nice on the throttle. Nice run up into turn 5 and 6. Wheel nerve. One of the trickiest corners on the track. Brings it really wide there. If I were him, I would disable that ERS, which he's going to do, and he's going to save it for one more run. Cat. Another big stuff in the commentary box. Cat. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Stone Eyes, who starts his final lap, hits the wall, and that is going to be his qualifying session over, unless he can race back to the start-finish line, but might even be damage on that front wing of that Mercedes. He's going to be really disappointed in himself there. Your provisional pole position leader is going to come across the line, DRS wide open, start his final lap. Going to go on board with him, as he has done the best of this whole session. Bring it down into turn 2. Bring it down 4th or 5th gear. Some drivers like different things. This one though, brings it down into 4th gear for him. Going down into one of the fastest, trickiest corners on this track. Make sure not to use too much curb. Get it nice and tidy. Drop it down into about 1st gear. Didn't hug that apex as much as I think we want to do, but we will see what this McLaren can deliver. I'm sorry, but I didn't actually pay attention to that fast. I don't know if he's up or not, but he's still going to carry on the lap. Back round into Imola. He uses all that exit there. That was perfect from the McLaren. Beautiful. Coming to the chicane. Nice exit out of there from the McLaren down into the penultimate corner of Ravazza. Coming to Ravazza 1. Make sure not to use too much curb. Into Ravazza 2. Do not touch that orange curb at all. Nice exit on the McLaren. Going to get the rear wing open. And it's going to be a 1 minute 15 flat. Now we're going to turn to the Red Bull here, who I think might even have a chance to beat this pole position. He's going to run down into Ravazza then, just after the McLaren. Ravazza won the penultimate corner. Put it down to about 4th gear. Don't take too much time. Did that really nice using all the exit. Do not touch that orange curve. It's a little bit narrow there. Surprised he didn't invalidate that lap time. He's going to straight line it towards the line. McLaren's going to be watching on, and the Red Bull misses out on pole position by about a 10th, 200ths. This Aston Martin is up on his delta, but he has run out of battery, so he's not going to improve. Going to watch down to Vincent. Emmanuel did not expect to see down in 7th. I thought he'd be lower than that, to be honest. He's going to straight line it towards the line. Rear wing open from the house. 1 minute 16.1. He's not going to move up any places, but might be able to turn that position off and Patterson, who is up on his lap time. Put it down into the final corner of that side. Looking to get a good exit out of there. Going to hug the wall. Finishes lap. We're 1:16.8, doesn't improve. With Eddie Black, who finished his qualifying then. And I think that's going to be your qualifying finish. The McLaren beating the championship leader. He was probably the favourite to get pole position today. And I'm quite surprised with that, and his teammate down in P12.
Imola runs in an anti-clockwise direction. Only about a quarter of all the modern-day F1 races have taken place on an anti-clockwise system.
So that's going to be qualifying over them. I'm going to wait for all the drivers to cross the finishing line as Alfa Romeo comes in the pit lane. As he parks up, the qualifying session should finish. So the Mercedes beats the Red Bull to pole position. So I'm actually quite impressed by that McLaren. Sorry, not Mercedes. My mistake. McLaren beats the Red Bull to pole position. Almost 1.25 tenths to the Red Bull. Foppa just behind, only missed out by 1.5 tenths. Really close to that Red Bull. Charlie Stone Isaac in the Mercedes going to finish 4th. JT 5th in the Ferrari. Zork P6 for the Aston Martin. Vincent in the Haas finishes P7. Hayden in the other McLaren down in P8. 1.3 off his teammate. And then Hidris. Just like, okay, right. Patterson in P11. The Red Bulls teammate down in P12. Eddie Black P13. Stormy Shaper in P14. And Jack, the man who got disqualified in qualifying, is going to be starting last on the grid. So my throat's actually hurting. I don't think we got any grid penalties. So that should be your starting grid. I commend all 10 viewers on the stream. It's actually quite a good number. People. Up to 11 now. Thank everyone for joining the commentary for Dv2. We're just going to wait for everyone to ready up. We're going to go straight onto the formation lap. We're going to get tyre details up then for today. So the McLaren on pole position is going to start on softs, looking to get a good getaway from the Red Bull. The Red Bull on the medium. Probably going to want to stick with that Mercedes McLaren. Oh, excuse me. Probably going to try to stick with the McLaren. Wait for some tyres to go off. Foppa just behind them, soft, looking to jump the Red Bull. Charlie, same idea on the softs. Zork, the Aston Martin on medium. Vincent on medium. The other McLaren down in P7 on softs. And I think we actually had a grid penalty then. I don't. It might have been for English Dane. Or Stormy, might have been Stormy actually. Someone here got a grid penalty, which set himself down. A lot of drivers have jumped a couple of positions because of it. We've got the Alfa Romeo on mediums, same with the Ferrari just behind. Patterson on softs, Sid on softs, Eddie Black on mediums, and the last 3 on the softs as well. So on board, on the Red Bull, just behind that McLaren. Let's get a good start on this Grand Prix. Yeah, I put McLaren is on softs. He should really, if you look at the stats, get a better start than the Red Bull, but we will see. As your predicted tyre strategy is going to be soft, medium, or for people in the mediums, medium hard. But I imagine that Red Bull there is going to try and look for the medium soft strategy. Just behind is going to weave into the grid spot, pointing it straight down to turn 1. The McLaren didn't really adjust his position. He's kind of pointing towards the grass, which might actually affect his run. Down into turn 1. Patterson, the Alpine, does get disqualified from lining up on that grid, so he's going to be set a bit far back from the rest. Going to on board. The Alpha Tauri. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights in the Imola Grand Prix. And away we go. It's going to be a good start from McLaren. And that Alpha Tauri is going to be right alongside the Red Bull coming into turn 2. The first braking zone is going to look for the move down the inside of the Red Bull, gets it done, Red Bull backs out, and that AlphaTauri then is going to be put himself into P2, and that's an instant, is that a safe? He's going to get a VST. As a collision back in, Hayden, but he's got a 5-second time penalty. You see Hillary, he's already out the session. The Alfa Romeo is already out the session. Okay, so we're going to get a safety car deployed then. The start of this Grand Prix. The AlphaTauri just jumping that Red Bull. And we've got a position change. The Red Bull loses that one position. Patterson gains 4 positions off the start. What a start from the Alpine. Same with the Red Bull just behind. Vincent loses out 2 positions, so does Hayden, and Jason loses out 1. Eddie Back gains 1. Jack Doyle gains 2 positions. English Dave gains 1. And Hillary Scoted did get DNF into the start of this race. He has crashed, and I don't know how. That's probably been looked at by the stewards after this Grand Prix. Looking for a good start on the safety car. Everyone's going to kind of calm down from the start. Didn't really get going much there, really. What I do know is the Red Bull did not get the ideal start that they usually wanted, and it's only just finished McLaren improvement. As soon as that dead car comes in, he's going to try to extend his lead from the rest of the pack. AlphaTauri almost for Verstappen hustling McLaren. Vincent then is going to come into the pits. Obviously had some sort of damage on that Haas. It's not really going to be ideal for him. And Nando Norris is going to come into the pit lane, serving that 5-second time penalty. He's going to get that rid off him. It's going to benefit him towards the end of this Grand Prix. He's going to lose many positions, and that is a lovely camera angle right there. That's beautiful. Much better than last game. I'm losing my voice here. I'm going to go get a drink. No, Reece, it wasn't that bad to be fair. Popper made a good move on Ryan down into turn 1. The Alfa Romeo retired, and I don't really know how. I saw him DNF. Patterson made up 4 positions, so has Sid. If the safety car doesn't come in this lap, I might go grab some water. I'm kind of losing my voice a bit. Please don't come in. Okay, Dev Guy's going to come in. I'm going to go grab some water. I'll be 2 seconds. As we are back then for the Grand Prix. Safety car in this lap, and I believe the McLaren is disconnected from the session. I'm gonna see if I can drop him a quick invite. Where's possible? Start GP online. Oh, that's wrong person. Don't really want to send him an invite. Quickly. Send him an invite. Don't know if it's going to work for him, but look at that AlphaTauri all over the back of that AI. McLaren is going to get going then. At this final corner, and it's pedal to the metal for the McLaren. The Red Bull gets a good launch. Kind of bumps the AlphaTauri. I don't know if he's going to get much damage. Charlie, the Mercedes, is going to get alongside the Red Bull. There's contact, and he's at the Grand Prix. Zorka's hit him. Oh my god, this is absolutely ridiculous. Patterson's got damage. Oh my god. What has happened here? Oh my god. That is going to be another safety car, second safety car. First of all, I wouldn't complain disconnecting from that. Jesus Christ, what has just happened? And poor Mercedes got such a good launch. Aston Martin probably got damage as well. Yes, he does. Same with the McLaren. I think he's got end-plate damage as well. No, he doesn't. No. Okay, I've got no clue what's just happened. All I know is Sid, the Red Bull, is on the back of his teammate already. Zorka is still going to be leading this Grand Prix off that good safety car restart. I do not know what's just happened. What the absolute hell have I just witnessed? Got properly going already on the safety car as Zorka gets a 5-second time penalty collision with Hayden on the safety car. Lando Norris. The Aston Martin's going to pin in pit lane, serve that penalty. I wonder if he can actually. He's going to try to serve that penalty and replace the front wing damage in the Aston Martin. Yeah, he is actually going to serve that penalty. So that removes off his time, but he's going to fall quite far back down. It's the Mercedes. He's going to be able to jump him in the pit lane this year, but I think he's still got to pit in. No, he doesn't. Okay. Mercedes jumps the Aston Martin in the pits. That is really unfortunate for that man right there as your pole position. As your man is at pole position, it's going to join back the session in P2. I don't know if it's really ideal for the soft runners here actually to have the safety cars. Probably want to get a gap to the Red Bull on the mediums. But you could also think of it as the other way around, as them softs aren't going to have as much time wear as they would have. Hayden, mate, stop calling me. The AlphaTauri's going to lead the way. I don't know if the safety car is even in this lap. I don't think it is. So right, that safety car's not gone green, so safety car will not come in this lap. It's going to be one more lap around the circuit. Maybe around the Grand Prix. Everyone catching back up to the safety car, especially this Aston Martin and other people got really unfortunate in that collision earlier. That's definitely going to be looked at by the stewards, and I don't know who's going to get a penalty after that one. But it's definitely going to be one, maybe even two people. Hayden, mate, I can't accept your call. Oh, I do like this camera angle, I'm not gonna lie. Very nice. The safety car should come in. Yes, yeah. Safety car is in this lap then, and Fopper's going to lead the way. The AlphaTauri, closely followed by McLaren and the 2 Red Bulls. It's lagging. I don't know if it's just me. There's a bit of lag in this session. Fopper a bit close to safety car, so we're going to have to wait for it to spin in the pit lane before we can go himself. He's not going to be able to go at his finals anymore. He's going to wait a bit to get more towards the line, and he's going to go, pedal to the metal for the AlphaTauri, who gets a good jump on the McLaren, about 6 tenths between him. He's still going to get the toe though on McLaren, and I think he might be using the ERS. He might have used a little bit there, I'm not too sure. Red Bull follows close behind. See any moves down here? Jack Doyle? No. Hayden maybe looking for a move on Jack Doyle. He's on the top compound side with Hayden on the side. See Sid quite close to the back of his teammate here. And JT all over the back of Sid. He's going to look for a move down the inside. No, he's not. As the Red Bulls are battling out. Ryan has a big snap. That's going to slow them both down. It's going to slow them all down. Stormy's going to be able to catch up a bit now. And these 2 Red Bulls, Ryan lagging all over the place here. For the Red Bull, the Red Bull almost goes through him. Looking for a move into Akamaravani. The Red Bull goes fully off the track. It could be at least time penalty for him, and it's so laggy this session. I don't know what's happening. Probably because Forcible is just disconnected from the session once again. JT goes for a move into the chicane, does it quite nicely. Red Bull looking for a better exit out of there, but he does not get it, and the Ferrari keeps the position. That is a beautiful move. A little bit of help with lag, but you know, don't talk about that. It's just Red Bull is properly lagging. To be honest, compared to Fopper, Fopper's going to look for a good lead out in front. He's going to try break the 1 second gap. That Red Bull does not get the rear wing open. The Red Bull sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, and he's looking quite quick at the moment. But he is only on 35% battery, and the AlphaTauri has the battery advantage. Going into the Pandarello. As the Red Bull we see go off the track in the gravel, almost bins it in the wall. As the Ferrari can look around the outside, the Red Bull almost slows down. Almost a bit of contact here, he's still lagging. And he's going to drop down into P4, Nightmare Grand Prix for the Red Bull. Bumble Goblin, who will be leading your championship, almost sliding again off into the wall. Keeps it on the track. Stormy's going to look for an overtake. Bumble Goblin's so laggy, driver's almost ghosting through him. A bit of contact there, and this game is so laggy. English Dave goes down the inside of the AlphaTauri. Brilliant move from that Williams. And down into Akamaravani. Good exit out there, coming with Kane. And look, Fopper here, who's got a 2.8 second gap on that Ferrari, looking very comfortable out in front. Pace definitely advantage on JT and Mercedes. Away for Ferrari behind them at home Grand Prix. Ferrari. Buffalo Goblin still looks like he's starting a little bit, struggling on the medium compound time. DRS is enabled for all 14 drivers, apart from of course the leader. Sid restart all over the back of that Ferrari. Say that. Commentator Curse, he's lost about 4 attempts. Must be something wrong with this AlphaTauri then, because that Ferrari just gained about a second coming in through Tamburello and the next 2 corners. There must be something wrong with that AlphaTauri. He's lost about a second. Board it, almost big snap there, almost going into the wall. The Ferrari's going to gain even more. And I don't know what's happening with the AlphaTauri. He's looking quite comfortable out in the lead. Maybe just some soft tyres going off. He's probably going to look to pit anytime soon. Maybe even this lap we'll see that AlphaTauri come to pit lane. If Jack Doyle gets a 3 second time penalty. for track limits. Quite easily done on this track, as you are carrying a lot of speed through these corners. Quite easily to go over that white line on the circuit. The AlphaTauri is going to look to see if he does peel into the pit lane. I don't think he is going to for now. No, he doesn't. The Ferrari almost gets the DRS on him ahead. As Sid Rooster, the Red Bull, is going to come into the pit lane, look for the undercut on the drivers in front of him. Bumblebee does get the rear wing open on the Ferrari ahead of him. JT Monster, who was almost in DRS on that AlphaTauri. Yes, he is. AlphaTauri though with a big ERS advantage on the Ferrari. Many people in the pit lane now. Then Dorka comes in as well. He's going to put on the Rooster puts on the medium, like we would expect. You get yellow gets 3 here off Hayden. He's almost gone in the wall again. He did this in qualifying as well. As we see the Ferrari here is in DRS range of that AlphaTauri, and that is so crucial for this Grand Prix, as the DRS is so powerful on the F1 23 game and even in real life. The English Dave also in DRS of the Red Bull ahead of him. He does not have the DRS of the car in the front. That could be a big advantage for him as long as he just stays in it for that protection zone. Yes, he will. As the Red Bull there flashing, only on 5% battery. Not Grand Prix he was looking for. And look at this Ferrari then, all over the back. The AlphaTauri knows time to come in the pit lane on them top compound tyres and look to take them off. Maybe, most likely, sorry, put on the medium compound tyre. He's so nice. We had a nightmare Grand Prix. He's already back up into P3 and he's made his stop. No one else. Not many people around him have, sorry. Something like that. Yes, they lose the position to the Mercedes ahead of him. And go back to see all these drivers who've come into pit lane. Fopper, he was your race leader, is out on the medium compound tyre, the yellow wall tyre. Let's pick these guys up nice and quickly and try to get the undercut on JT and Bumble. Bumble Goblins doesn't seem to have the pace. He's still losing time to that Ferrari ahead of him, and I would not really expect this from the Red Bull, who was looking quite comfortable coming into this weekend. As the Mercedes, who was a bit worried, is in the DRS range of the Red Bull, and the Red Bull's not in the DRS range of the Ferrari, but the Red Bull, quite smart with that ERS usage, tries to get out of the DRS range. Charlie uses it to get back into it. So Mercedes going to have DRS along this long straights. Same with English Dave. And Sid Rooster, almost all over the back of Popper, it's going to slow down him for his teammate. Maybe a bit of team work down here at the Red Bull. He's so nice. Gains about 3 tenths. Ryan with a bit of a mistake, and he's going to have to run on him. Coming through one of the trickiest corners on the track, especially in a race weekend. He's a little bit of understeer on the Mercedes, going to keep it behind the Red Bull though. As the Ferrari head adds to his advantage, and it's 1.8 seconds now, looking quite comfortable ahead on the medium compound tyre. We've got a couple laps in him before he pits in this Grand Prix. Popper still almost battling it out with the Red Bull, and he goes off the track, and that's a 3-second time penalty for the AlphaTauri. That is crucial for the Grand Prix. That's really not looking good for him. He's just trying to get ahead, might slow him down a bit and then hits it. Yeah, look at that. Popper pushed him through the corner. It's really going to be slowing him down then. That's really Riley looking for a way pass all over the back of the Williams. He's going to look around the outside then. He's going to turn in the inside for the Red Bull sister team. Going to follow him through. Jack John makes a bit of a mistake. Sid Roos has to take evading action and goes off the circuit. Still going to send DRS range though on the AlphaTauri. He must have got an illegal overtake there to go off the track, so you have to give the position back to Williams. Oh, this is really slowing him down now. That is heartbreak for the Williams. Jack Doyle goes off the track and hits Sid Rooster. Jack will most likely be getting a penalty for that, as he does pin into pit lane and gets a penalty of 5 seconds. Not looking good for the Williams here then, as the man who disconnected from the session is still not back in the session. and it's P12. Stone Eye's looking good in the DRS range of the Mercedes. We see Fopper almost in a one of his own at the moment, and JT did pit and he's on the faster, fresher tyres compared to the AlphaTauri. See what he can do. Catch up. Oh my god, we're still leading the way. It's Hayden. Same thing again. And he's just retired on track, which might even give him a penalty. You're not really allowed to do that. I mean, if anyone wants to report it, here it is. He's retired on the track. Most likely going to be a penalty for him. I don't think you're actually allowed to do that. God. So we see a yellow flag for the Aston Martin in P13. Not a good Grand Prix for him either. I mean, it's a wonderful drive from the Mercedes here, but I don't know if he's actually going to be able to get to the end of the race on this set of tyres. JT still gaining on the AlphaTauri ahead of him as the race kind of settles in now. Everyone on their separate stints. Bumble Goblin comes into the pit lane. When he gets out, it's about 3.3 second gap to the drivers in front of them in the Ferrari. Stone Eyes looks nice and comfortable, setting some nice consistent laps ahead of the rest of the pack on the hardcore band tyre. Now, I don't know if he's going to box again. I don't know if he's going to be able to nurse some tyres towards the end of the Grand Prix. He might. I don't know. I'll have to see what happens further on in the Grand Prix for him. It's JT now. You want to switch the Ferrari. He's all over the back of the AlphaTauri. Obviously the faster, fresher tyres and the AlphaTauri. Be all over the back of him. 1.1 seconds on his delta. He's absolutely rapid at the moment. A bit of a slide on the rear end though. That's going to be okay. He's going to get DRS down the main straight. That's going to be a big advantage compared to the AlphaTauri. AlphaTauri does have ERS advantage, but I don't know if it's going to be as powerful as DRS. Probably not. As the Ferrari is also going to get the rear wing and slipstream. Oh my god, the voice cracks, Jesus Christ. Oh, my voice is gone. Restart jumps. Maybe on this. Catching Patterson now. As he did make the overtake on the AlphaTauri. He's all over the back of that Alpine. He's going to look for a move into Camino Riley. He's not really able to make an overtake through here. It is one of the trickiest narrow sections of the track. He's going to stay behind and look, maybe DRS or maybe not. He's quite confident here. He's going to go down the inside, maybe not, just sticking behind, almost pushing the Alpine through them corners, as that allows Fopper to get back into this. And he's all over the back of the Ferrari as well. Ferrari though ahead into the detection zone. He's not going to get DRS down the straight. I don't know if that's going to affect him or not, but of course he's on them soft tyres. He's going to get a better exit compared to the Alpine. The Alpine got the AlphaTauri just behind, and Bumble Goblin gets back into the Grand Prix. So how quickly a race can change just like that. He also sets the fastest lap of the session. As Fopper has a bit of a slide on the straight, almost bins it into the wall. That is close for him. As the Red Bull gets ahead of him, Fopper not a great run out there either. It's going to allow JT just to extend his gap on the Alpine and the Red Bull. Ryan makes a move on the Alpine, coming into one of the trickiest things on the track. Five plays grid penalties for cutting the corner and gaining position on Fopper. I don't know if that'll be looked at after the stewards at the end of the Grand Prix, maybe even get that removed. But that Mercedes still hasn't come into the pit yet, and he's still setting some good lap times. I don't think he's going to pit today. I don't think he's going to pit. But it's going to be quite interesting then towards the end of this Grand Prix. He's going to have a lot of time where I don't know how far he's going to make it into this Grand Prix, but not how far, but how quickly he's going to be able to keep that pace. How long he's going to keep the pace here. I don't think it will be very long. His tyre's going to drop off soon enough towards the end of the Grand Prix. Some board with your leader. No, we're not though. We're going to look back towards the Red Bull. He's going to make a move on the Ferrari. Got the DRS. They're both draining their batteries. On literally 0 batteries. He'll make a move though into Tamburello. The Ferrari looking for the switchback. He gets it and he's going to go around the outside. They both go off the circuit. That is so close between the two rivals. The Ferrari though keeps the position on the Red Bull. And that is good defence from him. Got the switchback. Went off the track, but they both did. Not really going to be a penalty, I don't think. Both of them are flashing. On about the same battery. But the Red Bull going to look to stick behind for DRS once again. Ferrari did seem to make a bit of a mistake there. The Red Bull was going to catch at least a 10th in a bit, wasn't it? Jack Doyle, another time penalty, 3 seconds. So look for the move down into Vatsa 1. Not quite going to make it. It's going to get a good exit though compared to that Ferrari down the main straight. It's going to look already. He's side by side with the Ferrari, not even crossed the line yet. And he's going to be able to keep that position then coming into Tamburello. It's a good overtake from the Red Bull. That's quite easy really actually, DRS, but you know, don't talk about that. Does that very well. Coming into what I believe is Villeneuve. As that Ferrari is gone very slow. I don't know what's happened with him, he's gone slow out of nowhere. He's lost 5 seconds to his rival ahead. I don't know what's happened to that Ferrari. Don't know where all that pace is gone. English Dave though, still out on the medium compound tyres now. I don't think these tyres are going to be able to make it to the end. These tyres are going to proper drop off a cliff. And that Red Bull is going to gain rapidly on both drivers in P1 and 2. Jack Doyle went to the wall, and we just witnessed a DNF on track. Now, I don't know if that's going to pull up the safety car or not. It's got quite a bit of a distance to the Aston Martin, and then the Mercedes, your race leader. Okay, so that crash has been already cleared up. It's not a safety car. It could have been quite interesting, actually, for the end of this Grand Prix, but no safety car. A bit unfortunate. Would have been some good entertainment. But no safety car. Let's see, Alpha Tauri looks to still have a bunch of batteries. Probably going to save it for the last couple of laps to make a move on the Ferrari. You see the rear end of that Ferrari is flashing. That means it is harvesting batteries. There's not much left. And Popper probably going to have, I'd say the tyre wear advantage now. Probably going to be about the crossover between the softs and the mediums. Bumble Goblin gained about a second and a half out of Alpha. Check the time penalty of all these drivers. See English Dave holding onto that 3-second time penalty. Fopper still got that 3-second time penalty. I did actually forget about that. Patterson on a big 11-second time penalty in the Alpine. Maybe even Esteban Ocon. Sid Rooster with 5 seconds. Stormy on 3. Vincent on 3. And Eddie Black also on the 3-second time penalty. And the man I feel bad for this weekend is Forcible. Disconnected from the session, had pole position, was looking great at the start of the Grand Prix. The lock not really was his way, neither was his internet. Bumble Goblin has gained about 3 seconds that lap, I think, on the Williams. Gaining rapidly on the first drive ahead. This is a beautiful drive from the Mercedes on the hard compound tyre. I thought he was completely out of this Grand Prix when he had the crash. But he's doing very well nurturing them hard compound tyres. He's going to try and bring them towards the end of the Grand Prix. Still another 2 laps and a half to go. But I'm very impressed with the Mercedes. Obviously doubting himself a lot this season, thinking he didn't have the pace. I'm not gonna, you know, curse it or anything. But he has done exceptionally well. Everyone kind of in their groove for the last couple of laps. Not really much action going on. Apart from that AlphaTauri trying to get in the 1 second window of the Ferrari JT. But to be honest, even if he does overtake him, I don't think he's going to be able to pull 3 seconds in the same on medium tyres. That penalty really unfortunate for the AlphaTauri. Rumble Goblin gains about a second and a half again on that Williams. Now he's got to stay in 3 seconds on him for about 2 laps. Gain 3 more seconds, or about, sorry, not 3 more seconds, my apologies. 5 tenths in 2 laps, which I think is very much possible. That Red Bull driver, very quick on this game, this season. The leader of the championship, coming into this weekend. I don't think Stone Eyes actually scored any points last weekend. I'm going to give you a quick update. Let's check the standings. 4.5 attempts behind that Ferrari now. I'm going to bring up the standings then. So, no, Stone Eyes actually had a DNF last race. Did not finish. Did not score any points. This would be a great comeback for him after such a disappointing weekend. Bumble Goblin's gone off the circuit. Now, is that going to sell him to P2? That might have just lost him P2. He's got to gain a second and a half now on the final lap. We're going to go on board with the Red Bull, see what he can do for one more lap. He's got no ERS. And this might have just given English Dave the chance that he needed. I didn't think he would actually be able to score the P2 as he goes. Did he go off the circuit then? I'm not too sure. Bit wiggly on the rear end of that Williams, as you saw. Right at the exit of Tamburello into Villeneuve. It's not Villeneuve, is it? I don't know why I'm calling it Villeneuve. It's not Villeneuve at all. Must admit, I've forgotten the name of that corner. As Hopper's made the move on the Ferrari. Ferrari's just going to trail behind. And if he keeps within 3 seconds, he'll keep that position on the AlphaTauri. He doesn't really need to make the overtake on track. As the Red Bull is gained about 1.2 seconds on the Williams. He's only got to gain 2 more attempts coming into the final couple corners, the final sector. He's got a very good chance now of scoring that P2. As he gets in 2.8 seconds, English Dave, he's lost a lot of time to the Red Bull. The Red Bull, 2 more corners to go. We're going to go on board with the Mercedes, who wins the Imola Grand Prix. Beautiful job for the Mercedes. And he did have that little crash at the start of the Grand Prix. Probably quite disappointed. Did a good, I think it was like 80 laps on them hard. Very impressive from the Mercedes driver. The Red Bull beats the Williams by 8 tenths. JT's going to beat the AlphaTauris. The AlphaTauri had 3 second time penalty. Patterson, another 11 second time penalty. He's going to lose out to the Red Bull behind him. I don't, why is JT DNF'd? Home. I don't think that's quite right. I think the Ferrari should keep that P4, sorry. Great drive from the Mercedes, really impressive from the Williams. Good comeback from the Red Bull. Disappointing weekend for the McLaren to disconnect from the session. It was really, really unfortunate. But congratulations to Stone Eyes. Beautiful drive. He's going to come home to win the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. 22 laps he had to do to bring it home. Brings out the Welsh flag celebration on the podium. That was a great drive from that Mercedes. That is going to be my driver of the day for this weekend. Very impressive. So Williams on the podium for the first time. Yeah, I saw, Dave, your tyres were absolutely gone in the last few laps. Quite unfortunate. Yeah. Red Bull had the pace to keep P2. Stone Eyes then. This is your finishing grid. Stone Eyes P1. Bumble Goblin P2 from where he started in qualifying. English Dave P3. Brilliant drive from 15th on the grid. That is about 12 positions gained. Lovely drive from the Williams. Fopper P4, Sid Rooster, the Red Bull, or the other Red Bull, sorry, in P5. Patterson brings it home for P6. For the Alpines, P7 for Stormy. He finished P2 in the Bahrain Grand Prix. Probably a little bit disappointed after that one. Vincent loses 2 positions at Grand Prix. Finishes 8th in the Haas. Eddie Black, 9th in the Alfa Romeo. JT, P10 in the Ferrari. I'd be very disappointed if I was him actually for that Grand Prix. I thought he'd do a lot better than that. First of all, the man who disconnected from the session. Really unfortunate. Finishes P11. Zork P12. And then we've got the 3 DNFs. Jack Doyle, Nando Norris, and Hid Iris, who crashed at the start of the Grand Prix. Still don't know what happened. Apparently he got sandwiched. That's what I heard on the radio of the Alfa Romeo. That is going to end off your Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. I'm going to see you all later then. Good Grand Prix. We'll catch you next week for, let me just check what track we've actually got. For round 3 of the championship. The next Grand Prix going to be Azerbaijan, Baku. That's going to be a very interesting one. Maybe even a couple of DNFs. Makes me want to hit them walls, but we will catch you next time.